Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of A Brief History Of, and today we'll be looking at the Battle of Texel. There have been many battles of Texel over the past few hundred years, but it is the one that took place in 1795 that I'll be talking about today. What would you reckon would win in a battle? A bunch of soldiers and horses and foot, or a bunch of guys in several warships?
Fight!
Well, if you thought battleship trumps infantry and cavalry, then you were wrong. The Battle of Texel, also known as that time when the Dutch fleet got captured by the French 8th Hussars and 15th Line Infantry regiments, took place on the 23rd of January 1795. One question you might be asking is, how could some ships which generally are floating at sea get captured by a land-based force? Did they give the horses life jackets? Did the French have some early form of flying contraption? Well, the answer is no, unfortunately. The time of the year is a bit of a hint of how it happened though. But first, here's some background. The Battle of Texel was part of the First War of Coalition, which ran between 1792 and 1797. Which put simply was most of the monarchies of Europe, Austria, Prussia, Britain, the Netherlands, Spain, Portugal, the Holy Roman Empire, Naples and Tuscany against the First French Republic. Now, the battle took place between the island of Texel and the port of Danhelder, in the shallow Zuiderzee Bay. During the autumn of 1794, the French army under the command of General of Division Jean-Charles Pichegru had pushed the Austrians back from the Rhine, taking control of Belgium, the Rhineland and the southern Netherlands. On the 19th of January 1795, the French army entered Amsterdam, one day after the Batavian Revolution. The winter of 1794 and 95 had been very bitter, and many areas became frozen, including the Zuiderzee Bay. Word reached the French forces in Amsterdam about the Dutch fleet that had been stranded in the frozen waters, around 49 miles north in Danhelder. Pichegru sent General Jean de Winter a squadron of the 8th Hussar North to check out the situation with the Dutch fleet. Funnily enough, de Winter was Dutch himself, but had been aligned with the French, serving in the First Republic since 1787. By the evening of the 23rd, de Winter arrived in the Zuiderzee Bay and found the Dutch navy frozen in the shallow waters. Each horse of the cavalry regiment gave a soldier of the 15th Line Regiment a free ride, so essentially de Winter had two men for the price of one. Now, the way the French managed to approach the Dutch was rather ingenious. Cloth was used to cover the horses' hooves in an attempt to dampen the noise on the ice and thus not awake the Dutch sailors. The plan worked. The assault, led by Colonel Louis Joseph Lehane, captured the fleet and took the Dutch Admiral H. Ranges as a POW. And I'm really sorry for that pronunciation. A total of 14 warships, which amounts to around 850 guns, found themselves in French hands, which in 1795 is pretty devastating. The battle is famous for being one of the only accounts of cavalry trumps navy. Now, that is the legend, and I can't speak about this subject without mentioning how this event has been disputed over the years. It might have been a case of the history books being written by the victor. Some Dutch sources say that the Navy had received orders on the 21st of January to offer no resistance, as by this time the Batavian Republic had already been pronounced. Instead of a brazen assault across the frozen water, it had been claimed that only a few French had gone to meet the Dutch to negotiate a surrender. The possible sources of the legend of the battle is from a publication by Antoine Henri Germoni in 1819, who was well known for writing pro-French Napoleonic era publications on the art of war. He should be pro-French as well, he was a Swiss-born general of the French army, but the legend does sound more interesting than the possible reality. The ships were sold back to the Dutch people once the pro-French Batavian Republic became fully established in May for 100 million florins. How kind of them. Within 5 years, an estimated 10 of the warships ended up being captured by the British during the French Revolutionary Wars. As you guys may know by now, I enjoy a bloodless battle or two, and this is one of my favourites, and thanks to everyone who suggested the subject. Do you know of any bloodless battles, and what do you think about this event? Was it a propaganda piece, or do you think the event really happened as the way it was described? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching. Did you enjoy the video? I hope you did, and if that's the case, please click subscribe, like and comment. And also, if you could, it would be absolutely amazing if you could share videos on any type of social media. And also you can always follow me on Twitter, which is @plainly_d. Once again, thank you very much for watching.